Now that I've had some time to rest, I can do a proper summary of the trip to London, the very quick trip. Kind of last minute, kind of not last minute. I'd been thinking about it for a while. I just hadn't fully committed until there's a deadline that passes where you just can't cancel, the hotel room mainly. And some of the cost for people that are curious, should I do this, should I do that? I will say that because it was a first class flight both ways, that was pretty expensive. No more expensive than buying an economy ticket for face value both ways if you didn't use miles, but I used miles. So yeah, I mean, you could say $800 each way for economy, which is pretty much what you're gonna pay on a lot of airlines. There's special deals, but I didn't. I paid the $800 and the miles, so I got the first class ticket. The miles, 170,000 miles and $800 each way. Well, 170,000 miles total, $800 each way, so $1,600. So $1,600 plus 170,000 miles, which is kind of, yeah, if you did that, $10,000 per 275. So if you did it that way, 275 times, I'd have to do the math. Okay, I did the math. $1,360 for the miles approximately, if you were to buy them from scratch and you had a good bonus going on. However, if you get them for free for a sign-up bonus or flying, then you could just say that's no cost. So $1,600 for basically, I would say a $10,000 to $20,000 round trip ticket of first class. That's how much it would cost if you actually paid for the ticket. I never have. No, that's crazy. And the flight is still more expensive than the hotel room. The hotel room was about $1,200 only because I had to have a kitchenette. In retrospect, maybe I didn't, but I thought I did at the time. That was $1,200, so about $240 a night because it was 5 nights. So $240 a night to be in probably the best part of London that you could be in for the things I wanted to do. Yeah, I mean, I walk out the front door and there's Leicester Square and there's the theater and there's food and there's Cecil Court and there's and the tube station. It is just perfect. And when you're up in the room, you're kind of secluded from all that, so you don't even have the noise problem for the most part. Sirens are always a problem. They always are coming by, but what can you do about that? And honestly, those were the two big expenses for the trip. Food was very low. I just had some fast food. This wasn't about fine dining. This was just about not starving too much, and just getting some booze as well. So I made a bottle of scotch last a while, and I didn't even get any wine or beer for the flat until like the last couple days. That was kind of a waste because I didn't really need it, but yeah. So yeah, the food was definitely under 100 quid for the food. Yeah, I maybe spent $50 tops on food. I also went pretty light on shows. There was only one show that I kind of splurged for, which is probably about $130. And that was totally worth it. I had a great seat. I was really close, really great seat. The second show actually was only $20. Yeah, it was like $20 because I got like a side seat, so limited view on some things. Like I can't see. There'd be like a person in the way or a stage piece in the way. But for the most part, that wasn't a problem. And to get that close for $20, where just a few seats away would have been 5-6 times as much, like $100 to $200. So that was fine by me. Third show was a mistake. I was just too tired. I could not enjoy it. I was like, spent the entire second half of it trying not to fall asleep. So yeah, that was like $60. So that was really a waste of money. But yeah, live and learn. Still kind of cool. I don't know if I still would have liked it had I been awake, but there's no way to know there's just no way to know. I'm not going back. And finally, I got to meet a friend I've been chatting with for, 6 months, and finally got to see her live and in person. We had some drinks. It was fun. Talked for like 4 or 5 hours. And it's probably too many beers. I think, actually only 3, but I don't know, 3 pints for me is too many beers. So all in all, yeah, worth it, because people say, is that worth it? Yeah, it is. I had not been to London in, months. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but I just hadn't had a vacation in, I guess, weeks. I don't know. I mean, to me, it was just, I wanted to get over there. I could afford it, so I just wanted to do something fun this summer. And then I did try to work, so that kind of made it, I couldn't really go out at night for the most part, so that wasn't the most ideal situation. My sleep schedule was a train wreck, so I was always kind of tired or trying to catch up on sleep or whatever. So it was challenging in that regard, but I still don't regret it. It was fun. Didn't see a lot of stuff that I'd already seen because I'd already seen it, but I look forward to the next time. Just now, I'm already thinking, all right, when can I get back? When can I never get tired of London. So I'm just trying to find times where it's not too expensive and flights that, I don't know, maybe I could go back to economy and save so much money and put that towards a hotel or maybe some fine dining or other things, day trips. So yeah, the flight, I love the first class. You get that, it's like a fancy restaurant, plenty of service, the lounge access, the turning this your seat into a bed. The shows actually, business class actually is just as good in most ways. So if I could save money on business class, I would. But if the price is going to be the same amount of cash, just a few extra miles, I might as well just go, for the first class. It's just hard to find those flights. Those flights are kind of limited, so you have to book early and really search around and be flexible. Anyway, I've talked too long. That's it. That's London. I had a great time, and I highly recommend it. People always talk about getting over there. Well, I probably get over there too much, but if you don't get over there at all, which is worse? That's it. All right, cheers.